Felicitations and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I hope y'all are ready because we are going to go through our tier list for Yemoja. Also, welcome to the new series. Now, to start off, this little series will be dedicated around improving your character in a rank joust setting. So, if you are having issues with how to get better with Yemoja, here are some simple facts on what you have to watch out. Not simple things, but you have to watch out for these, and you have to learn them, and you have to improve yourself. So, we're going to go through the counters. The best counter for Yemoja is obviously Ares. You can riptide your allies out of chains. You can riptide allies out of Ares ult. She's very good patiently, which Ares isn't good at. You can just wait down the clock with that. Momentum. Ganesha, you can riptide allies out of Ganesha's ult. It's very easy to do. Silence doesn't affect Yemoja if she throws a riptide for her allies and herself. Kumba, all of his targets are rooted and stationary, including ult. If you can throw a riptide around his targets, including ones that he uppercuts into the air, they will fall down, they will get riptide, and you will have them in safety. The best part is, Ares and Kumba are very aggressive characters, so she does counter them both in playstyle too. You have to be patient with her. You can't be aggressive with her. You have to be patient and you have to be resourceful with her. Persephone is a very interesting topic. She's S tier right now in Rank Joust, much like Ares. But with Persephone, if she ults someone, you can riptide them out of the ult and will cancel out the ult, including having them stuck in the middle of the ult. They will still be rooted if they get hit directly with a Persephone ult, but you can riptide them out to safety. Again, even if you're in the outer ring, you can still riptide them out to safety. Just make sure the riptide is in the area radius. Bakasura doesn't have too much CC, so the most important thing you really have to worry about with Bakasura is his ult, which will do major chunks and will slow and cripple. Throwing a riptide out counters Bakasura heavily. Even if he has haste and katana, he's going to get hit by riptide as well, chasing them down, and he's going to get slowed, and he won't be able to catch up. Nox, interesting pick to counter. For Nox, you have to watch out for her combos, but if you position well, you can negate Nox just like how Gib does with Nox. All it takes is positioning. Worst matchups are obviously Awilix being the best. If you riptide your allies out a lot, Awilix is just going to counter you and your allies, and you're putting everyone in danger by doing that. Phantom Shell can be picked up by backliners, which totally mitigates your ult, so you have to really watch out for that. Ulting Zhong Kui can be a devastating impact for you and your team, because trapping a dog in the corner could just make them leash out in a malicious attack. He's knock-up immune and he has a shit ton of slows, so you gotta be very careful with that. Fenrir you will see a lot of as a tank Fenrir. His Brutalize is immune by knockups, and he will pick up any target he will see. Sobek keeps allies away from your riptides after a pluck, making it so much harder for your character to help them out in a desperate need. Bomana mitigates everything Yemoja tries to do. Lancelot, the same thing, mitigates everything that Yemoja tries to do. Opwatch is another Zhong Kui, basically. You are not trapped in here with me. I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with me. Where all he has to do is just ult. The ult will go through Yemoja's ult. And if you heal anyone, if Opwatch's 3 is on them, it will deal very high damage and it will guarantee a stun. Gotta watch out for that. Baron, kind of an A tier right now in Ranked Joust. He's good all around, a frontliner and a backliner. His ult can suck you in even after a riptide. In fact, if you riptide while he's ulting you, you go farther back in it. So it's not a good option. Janus, one of Yemoja's worst gods to lock down. He could just go through walls. He has great CC. He has so much mobility, it's incredibly hard to lock down. Xing Shen, no way you can get someone out of his ult. With the 2, you can, but with his ult, you can't. Xing Shen just also having double leaps too makes it incredibly harder. There's really... Xing Shen is just an incredibly hard character to counter. Ymir, just throw a wall in front of a Riptide, corral everyone in the corner, freeze them. Heimdallr, he can just easily crystal out or ult you if you're trying to set up plays against him. He's also knockup immune, which means a crystal is guaranteed. Cleo, same thing with Janice. She can just scout in multiple ways and you can't do anything. On her is an interesting pick, and the only other hunter on here besides Heimdallr. But because since Riptide is so easy to like know where the enemy is gonna go after a Riptide, you throw a pillar in front of it. And there you go. All you have to do is just pillar impale, and with on her's damage and with pillar's extra damage, all you have to do is just ult right after. Honorable mentions are Cabrakan, because Cabrakan and Yemoja have a thing where Cabrakan has a wall, but it's an ult. Yemoja has a Riptide that can keep Cabrakan away. Cabrakan's not good with range. Yeah, he's a very close counters character, and Yemoja's pretty good against those characters. Kuzembo, him being an S tier pick, actually. You can throw a Riptide to help your teammates out of a sumo slam or a Kuzembo ult, and it actually can guarantee them safety. Of course, it's very hard to accurate, so they're kind of 50-50 on each other. Serket, I've been seeing a lot of tank Serket lately in ranked Joust. While she has everything that Yemoja has a hard time doing, you do have ways to cancel out her jump and her combo. Khepri, if he resurrects someone, you can trap them both together. Not like an execute, but it is something similar to that. Cerberus, 50-50 on that. You can catch allies in a Cerberus ult, but Cerberus ult is much more harder to predict than an Ares ult, but it's not impossible like a Xing Shen ult. Athena, you can actually throw a Riptide in front of Athena when she taunts, which will bring your allies back to you after they walk into the taunt, which where a Riptide will be. Hades, incredibly hard to lock down for Yemoja, and it could be one of those things where, much like Zhang Kui, you just made the fight worse. But you do have easier lockdown in Hades than you do with Zhang Kui. Daji, being immune to just Yemoja ult, Yemoja Riptides. You can catch her with the Moonstrike, and then everyone can corral and kill her. So it's not like she's not a bad worst matchup like Lancelot is, but it is still kind of a 50-50 way. It helps a lot too with Palau being like 110 seconds of an ult timer. Mammon Bridget can basically mitigate your ult and can kill your allies really quick. The walls do prevent her from doing anything and stays her locked in if you position well and not be inside the ult with her, so she can just dash into you and then dash out to safety. Maui, against a good Maui player, he will throw a teleport into Yemoja's ult, which will just bring one of his allies out of it. Gotta be careful of that. But when he ults Maui, if he ults, your allies will always be in front of him, so you can actually put a Riptide there before, much like Ares. You can throw a Riptide right there, which mitigates what he's trying to do. Osiris, need I really say more? He slows. He goes through the ult. The one thing he doesn't have going for him is knockup immunity. So Riptides do affect Osiris a lot when he's trying to chase down someone. Thoth, while he has all the range, you can throw a Riptide behind him, fucking him over if he tries to dash away. And he has no way of dealing with the ultimate walls. Bake Kojira, very, very bad character at the moment. You can, once you see Bake, you can immediately stop him with ulting if he's trying to blink ult. You can Riptide your allies to safety. You can horrific him. There's a lot of counter ability that Yemoja has against Bake, but the reason why he's not best counters is because you have to position yourself correctly in order to do that. don't pick Yemoja first pick. That's not how you should play her. Always have her as a situational pick and her be the last pick. If you pick first, the enemy is just going to be able to pick characters that have easier dash capabilities or just straight up counter her like one of the worst matchups up there. So pick her last. Pick her. She excels in a double frontline comp because you can have one of your frontliners be aggressive up front, and she can be she can play with a backliner giving heals to her teammate, and she can riptide the other warrior if they take too much damage or is getting CC'd. She is a patient character. She is not played as an aggressive character. If that's your playstyle and it's been working well for you, then I suggest to improve that too, but also improve your patience game, because you're gonna be finding a lot of characters in an uphill battle with Yemoja. And yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next time. Bye.